Hi, Facebook. Hello, 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 hello. All right, welcome to Let's Talk with Miss Teez. Yes, we're starting at 6:15, and it's a typical to full hour walk-in, 15 minutes late. So, anyway, if you're tuning in, welcome to Let's Talk with Miss Teez. I'm on episode 8 of Let's Talk with Miss Teez, and fun fact, my son is home for spring break and he hooked my podcast up. So now you can check me out on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio. My podcast is posted there. All the ones I've had in the past, he has those videos, so you can go back and listen to it and check out some cool topics that I discussed in the past. And like always, I have this on Facebook, and I also post it on YouTube. So if you want to go back and listen to it because you missed it, feel free to go back and in my Let's Talk with Miss T's page or on my feed, or you can also go to YouTube, watch it, critique it, and then you can listen to it on all those podcast channels. So if you're joining us, welcome. And again, my podcast is posted on Apple, TuneIn, Google, and iHeart. So radio. So check it out. So today's topic, since it's coming to America, I figure I go traditional and show off my outfit from hubby. He gave it to me for what was the occasion?
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. So I got this outfit, Valentine's Day, from Lewila and Joe, Off the Rock in American Samoan. Thank you. Exclusive. Yes. So I finally got it and I'm rocking it. And some of my pictures I rocked the face mask, and it's in the tribal design. I love it. And then my earrings and my necklace is from Amara Creation. So for those of you that shop online, I love her show. Yeah, he has to remind me that don't go crazy. It's nice to shop online and support my peeps, but at the same time, I gotta make sure I don't go crazy. So if you love my earrings and my necklace, check out Amaya Creation. Just promoting it because I love shopping there. And then Off the Rock Exclusive, it's where my outfit is from. And then rocking my flower. So it's coming to America. So how many people out there that's seen the movie already? And we are having a watch party right now on my Clark side. The kids are upstairs. They're watching part 1. Is it part 1? They're watching part 1 of Coming to America with their cousins online. So that's something fun you guys can do on this beautiful weekend. It was beautiful today. We went out grocery shopping and just general shopping. Sun is out here in Wisconsin and we just enjoyed it. So get out and take advantage of this beautiful weather starting to warm up. So anyway, let's get started. Primary topic I want to discuss today is interracial couple, since we're interracial. So I figure I'll bring the husband on. Thank you for joining me. And we're just going to talk about how this is new for him, being married to me, being married into the Samoan culture, and how it is for me being married into his culture or into his family. So, all right. So when you met me and I told you I was Samoan, you had no clue what it was, right? Like the ethnicity was.
Yeah, right.
And then I took you to our first date. For those of you that watch our show for Valentine's, we talked about this. I took you to the Samoan Flag Day on our first date. Mm-hmm. And you got to walk around, eat some of the food, and watch some entertainment. Now, 19 years later, we've been married. What's your take? What's your take on everything?
Oh, that's a great question. My take on everything, I mean, it's pretty simple because I'm pretty basic. So I could pretty much, intertwine into anything. So I have an open mind towards everything.
Yeah.
So open mind towards culture, open mind towards tradition, open mind towards even learning new things. So yeah, I mean, I have an open mind to everything. So my take on it is not. It's been nothing but good. So yeah.
What are some of the things that you learned, like being, like joining the Samoan culture, like how we do funerals and how we do the, how
Right.
is your, what is your take on that?
My take on how you guys do funerals is how you guys do funerals. So, I think each culture has a different way of doing things. Um, so I'm not one to knock anything in anybody's culture just due to the fact that it's their culture. So I respect that and would hope the same in return. So I think that's why we mesh.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, um, I mean, the funeral process was an eye opener.
it was.
Yeah. The money, it's a lot of money, but uh, it's that's the culture. So, and most people know. I mean, by year one, what you've gotten into. So if you don't know by year one, then I don't know. Maybe.
So on year one, were you like, oh crap, like what is going on?
Well, yeah, obviously, just due to the fact that it was new to me, so it was a culture that I hadn't experienced. So of course, I was more apt to learning about the culture and more apt to, um, uh, you know, experiencing it and seeing how it would work with us. So
Mm-hmm.
just due to the fact that we were already 10 miles ahead of ourselves, actually. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, uh, so yeah, it's I enjoy the culture. I've learned a lot. I've learned, like you mentioned, the funeral process. I learned how to husk a coconut, crack the coconut between the eyes. Um, pick the taro. You name it, I've learned it. Do the umu. You've named it. You name it, I learned it. So I enjoy the culture.
Okay. Now the self-fight part was like new for you,
That
like
was, yeah.
really new for
I
you.
experienced that once. So when your Uncle Fonty
Yeah.
did it, so that was a good experience. The fine mats. It was a long process. Long process.
Again, money.
Right, right. But the food kept coming, so that was a good thing. So there was, um, it was an experience in itself, but I enjoyed it once again. It wasn't a bad thing. I haven't ran into anything bad in the culture, so
So when people that come, like, I know some people marry into, cause I had like family members that married outside the race, and then down the line it doesn't work out because they feel that it's too much.
hmm.
What do you think they meant by that? Like it's too much. Like you're adapting to our culture. You just kind of go with the flow and let my mom, whatever my mom needs. We okay, so we give what we can. We don't go crazy, right? So like if the family is asking $2,000 per person, per sibling, or per whatever, we don't go crazy and be like, all right, we'll do it. We just kind of like look at what we got going on and then talk about it amongst like my siblings and my mom, and then we
we still do it.
Yeah, we still
because it always comes down to that, for your mom and for your family type deal. So I think that whenever she asks, we do it, and I think that's a respect thing. So respect thing, a culture thing for you guys. So again, I think that's why we kind of mesh. So in that aspect.
So why does other people think it's too much? Do you think?
I mean, and for me, like I said,
like your opinion,
right? I'm open minded.
Right.
Not everybody is open minded. Not everybody has the the same mindset as me. Me, I'm open minded to understanding. Okay, well, it's something that's needed, so why not?
Yeah.
And me knowing that right off the bat, I think that kind of helped out with you explaining the process. That kind of helped out right off the bat with okay, money this, money that. That's fine, and like vice versa. My mom, and I think you told the story once before. Maybe you didn't tell it on the last one, where I entrusted you with $500 when we first met, and I didn't even really know you. Entrusted you to take it to the MoneyGram place and get it sent to her, and you did just that. So, it's one of those things where, we take care of your mom, and if my mom was still on the earth, rest in peace. I would hope that you would do the same, which I'm sure you would. So.
Yeah, I do the same, and like we kind of do with your grandmother.
Right.
Like she's still living, so there's times like special occasions like birthdays and Mother's Day. His siblings get together and they put their money together, and they get something nice for her, either a gift or put it in an envelope with some money in it and give it to her.
Right.
So like and I've said this to, I said it to somebody, I think it's my aunt or somebody, that they're married outside the race. I said, see, this is a problem when your spouses come home and they don't want to go join in back in the hot kitchen, cooking the pigs or cooking the food or prepping it, is because you guys don't educate your spouses when you come to American Samoa. You guys, or even to the independent islands of Samoa, you guys bring them and then they think they're on vacation when they're supposed to be like, hey, we're
most are on vacation.
Yeah, but when we go to American Samoa, we're not on vacation. We're on like we go there, we're on a mission, right? When we get there, it's a funeral or a wedding or a sofai, whatever falavilave that is. When we get there, it's I don't know, I call it business mode. Like my mom is like, okay, when you're done putting up your stuff, when you're like all settled, tomorrow morning we expect you to get in this car. We're gonna go downtown shopping for food. You need to prep the food. And then Clark, you're gonna go hang out with the guys and do this and that. So by the time the 2 weeks that you put in for vacation has been used up all for this fall of love that we went to Samoa for. But some of them come home with their spouse, significant others, with the mentality that we're on vacation. So then while we're doing stuff that to prep for the event, they're on the beach, sunbathing, swimming, sightseeing, jumping off a cliff, something, doing YouTube videos and all that stuff. So then and then it causes an argument between them, and it's sad because it happens in front of everybody. And we're not here for that. So I kind of appreciate that when we got married, I took the time to explain. I don't think I did a very good job explaining, but I kind of explain it as I go, right? I didn't like off the bat just say, hey, when we do funerals, this is how it's going to be. I just kind of wait for it to happen and then like explain to you as the process is happening.
Right. Because for me, again, I like to say, you have to have that open mind. And for me, I'm different. I enjoy the stuff that you guys do. I enjoy that type of work and manual labor and understanding the culture. So I think that's another part of it. You have to understand the culture. Getting out there and painting rocks. It may not even be fun for y'all, but y'all got to do it. For me, I'm like, oh, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
This is fun to me, exploring the island, going hiking, picking bananas, and doing all this stuff. That's fun for me. So I think that's where it kind of works as well.
I know you're the one that wants to move back home.
Yeah, I like it.
Like move home where we retire and stuff. So I like it.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome. Hi, Larry. Hi, Jen. Hey, Cuz. Hi, Nadia. Hi. Today we're talking about, the topic is interracial marriages. So since Clark, for those of you that don't know his ethnicity, he is African American, Black. So last episode I had last week, we talked about Meuli. Me and my cousin Sam talk about the word Meuli versus Tangatauli. So this guy on TikTok, let me just back up for those of you that missed it last week. The guy on TikTok explained it, and we kind of like understood the difference. So instead of using the word meuli, like black thing, you use tangatauli, like a person that identifies a person, a black person. So, me and Sam went on this thing. We're gonna do is promote. Because last week and this whole week we're gonna talk about empowerment, not discouragement. So we're going to try and empower everybody to stop using the word meuli and start using the word tangatauli to describe a black person, right? And you agree with it because of how...
I mean, just the way it was explained to me, that would kind of make sense, I'm not here to change any culture, but it's for you guys to see if that is what needs to be changed. It's not my culture, it's you guys' culture, so you guys would know better than me.
Yeah.
I mean, but just the way that he explained it, it seemed like it probably would be for the better.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, it's not about changing culture, it's just educating. Like times have changed and we have to be more open-minded to changing to being positive instead of changing things and then people being negative and discouraging people like don't change it. So we kind of talked about it. So if you haven't listened to my show last week, let's talk with Miss Teez on empowerment, not discouragement. Sam went into details on that, so check it out so you can listen to it and then let us know if you whether you agree or disagree. Hey, Mike, how are you? Hi, Lisa. So that's a big thing that we were talking about last week, and we had a good discussion on it, and a lot of viewers that was watching it last week put in their take on it, and it was a great engagement. So I encourage you to check it out. And just to let you know, for those of you just joining in, I just want to go back. My podcast show is that we talked about on Facebook Live has been posted on Apple and posted on Google, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio. So my podcast is posted on there. Go back, check it out, listen to it. And I also got it on YouTube. So I would love to hear you guys' take on it, feedback. It's always, we're open-minded. I'm open-minded too, to listen to your take on things. And I'm not trying to discourage nothing. So.
And let us know. Yeah, go.
Oh, I was saying hi, Sapporo.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what were you saying?
No, let us know as well. Like if there's topics that you guys want to hear. Yep. If there's topics you guys want to hear about, let us know that as well. And we can, or let her know that. This ain't my show. Let her know that, and then we can discuss it. I just show up when she tell me to.
All right. Hi, Cindy. So hello, everybody. Welcome. If it's your first time joining, Let's Talk with Miss Teez, welcome. Please share with share this page and invite people to join in. And it's all about just talking about different topics. Today we're talking about interracial marriage. So my husband here is married to a Samoan woman. So I'm just picking his brain on his take of how when he married me, how different our culture is and something different for him. And him being in the military and being to all these different countries. What, you went to Guam?
Oh yeah, I've experienced all different type of cultures. The Chamorro culture in Guam, which is similar to you guys'. The African culture or Ghanaian culture in Ghana, Africa. The Greek culture in Greece. Of course, the Hawaiian culture. Cuba, Iraq. Believe it or not, we got to know a lot of different cultures over there, just due to the different military forces that were there, the British, the Americans, the Tongans, Samoans, and then the Iraqis that was there as well. So you got to learn a little bit about their culture, Bahrain, Middle Eastern, yeah, you name it. Spain.
Yeah.
Spain.
That's the beautiful culture. Thing about being in the military. You get to go to all these different places and explore and meet new people. And like even with our kids, we've moved so many times since we've been married, you know. So we moved from, we started our family in Virginia Beach, Virginia. That's where we met Mike and Lisa.
Mike.
And after we were stationed there, and Virginia Beach will always be home to us because that's where Marquise was born and baby girl was born. And we got married at Portsmouth Courthouse. So we love going there. And then from there, we moved to Lawton, Forest Hill, Oklahoma. You went to Bahrain. And then, but you were in Cuba too when we were in Virginia Beach. And then we moved from there to Charleston, South Carolina. And from there, my God, just move. So hopefully one day we'll just find a spot and just stay there and not move anymore. But not at that spot yet. I'm kind of loving it here in Wisconsin.
I like it, but I'm not staying here.
It's up for debate.
It's been up for debate.
Yeah, you said that you're leaving.
Either way, I'm not staying here.
I'm staying here.
I'm not. That'll be the end of our 20 years.
No, it's not. You're gonna be wherever I'm at.
I'm not gonna be here.
Okay. Let's throw that up for debate. And then down the line on Let's Talk with Miss Teez, we'll let the viewers decide on what's a better spot that we should plant the seed and stay there. I really like Tennessee, though. Cost of living in Tennessee is nice. And I love Tennessee Thanksgiving time and Christmas. Because the fall, the leaf changing. It happens here too, but you gotta go find it. In Tennessee, it's everywhere.
No, you don't have to find it here.
Yeah, I didn't see no leaf changing. I just saw leaves fall.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Christmas.
No.
People still got Christmas lights up, and they turn them on at night.
Because there's still snow outside.
But that's not Christmas. This is March.
See, the different culture in different states and how they do things is just amazing.
Right.
So we enjoy it. But anyway, back to marriage. So you, like, being married to you is like different as far as like culture wise. It's the same as American. Only thing, okay, so here's the thing I learned being married to you.
Okay, what's that? Is
the hair extension. Like, I did not, okay, so when we were in Tennessee, my sister-in-law, she'll probably like kill me when she watches this show. She had her hair in the microwave. It was like 2 microwaves. One microwave is for food. The other microwave is for hair. And she does an amazing job with hair. She doesn't do hair anymore now. She just lets her natural hair. And it's beautiful. But she has her hair and it was like dye. So it's like you sitting under a blow dryer, but it was in a microwave and she had it color. So the hair was black and the tips were brown. She had it in there. So when I went to go warm up my food, I opened the microwave and I was like, I came back and I told you there's a cat in the microwave,
Mm.
and you were like, Micah, you gotta get your hair out. So she got it out, and I saw her because the day before, or was it a week before, I saw her with these long braids when I first met her, and I was like, that's pretty cool. But then when I saw her that morning, it was all gone. Her hair was short. So that was a new culture shock for me. Like, I
Mm.
thought her hair was naturally long with braids on it. I was like, amazed. But now, and then learning how to braid hair, my friend Lisa would braid Marquise's hair, and she tried to teach me how to braid, and I was just not getting it. Even my sister-in-law Carrie tried to teach me, and I just don't have the fingers for it. I know how to braid regular braid, but yeah. But now Marquise cut his hair. So for many of you that know our son Marquise, knows that he cut his hair, so he doesn't have the long hair no more. He has this nice do now. See, Lisa said, I remember that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. So now we don't have to braid it no more. He think he cool, just like picking his hair, the cool style they have now. So yeah, thank you, Lisa, for trying to teach me. I learned a little bit, but it wasn't as cool as your braids. So
Ha. Yeah.
yep. So that was a culture shock for me. And then I love the fact that, I always tell people, if you want to marry somebody, marry a mama's boy. Why? Because if a mama's boy takes care of his mom, he will take care of you. So that's just my take on things. So you want to make sure you marry your child, or you looking for a husband out there, make sure you marry your mama's boy. So this dude right here took care of his mom when she was alive. I love her. She was the sweetest lady I've ever met. And I would do anything for her. If she was still alive, yes. I would do anything for her. And just like my mom, I'll get mad and he'll tell me, you only have one mom. You need to be nice to your mom. So
Right.
he spoils her. So let's just throw it out there. Aw, you're welcome. Thank you, Lisa. Good people.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, back to, you have any questions about like the culture, like different things?
No, I think now I'm being married for so long. I mean, I know a lot about the culture and why things are done the way they are, and how things are done and what they mean, and it's I've learned a lot. The only thing I haven't learned is the language.
I know.
So maybe one day I'll get that down pat, and then I think that's.
But you bought these books though. Like you
Yeah,
bought my aunt Almua's book to
right.
learn the language.
Mhm.
Like, why is it so hard for you to learn the language?
Because it's not my first language. Obviously.
I know it's not your first language,
Anybody.
but my mom told you like to take the words that you know and just kind of put them together to understand what we're talking about.
Okay, so she just put it on Front Street. Why is it so hard for me to learn the language? Because nobody teaches me.
I know I'm
That would be the
horrible.
only Samoan person in the house, or the full Samoan person that speaks Samoan. I don't know it because you haven't taught us.
Hey, I taught you the culture. That's a start. I taught you the culture.
Yeah.
I taught you everything else. Now the language.
This was your question, not mine.
I know. And I admit, I'm like horrible. Like, I need to teach you Samoan language. And I tell my kids, like, you guys go to Samoa every summer. Well, couple summers now, they haven't gone home. But they always go to Samoa and they stay the whole summer there. And I'm like, you did not learn nothing while you were there? But they try to teach their cousins how to speak English, and then their cousin, like my nephew Tristan, did an amazing job with trying to teach. I think he still teaches Marquise Samoan, and then when he talks to you, he's like "malo uncle," like he talks to you in the language. So
yeah,
one day you'll learn it. And what's that guy's name?
I think it would be a little bit more receptive if you were to do it.
Yeah. I need to learn, need to teach you. I taught you the bad words.
Yes, you did. And the numbers.
And when
the days of the week and the months of the year.
See, that's a start.
I know all that already though now. So, I mean, it's just a matter of
putting it together.
A sentence.
Like a full sentence.
Right. So.
I think one day I will teach you. What's that guy's name? What didn't he have like
I don't know, but he's pretty good. Yeah, he's got a program on the
like
internet.
he teaches it on TikTok. So
he teaches it very well too. Might add. I just haven't downloaded it yet. So
yeah, he's half black, half Samoan. So it's pretty good.
Yep.
So how's your relationship with my family?
I think I have a good relationship with your family. I don't think nobody like. I don't think there's anybody that don't like me.
I know.
I don't think. I don't know though.
Yeah, you're right.
I could be just. You know, it is what it is. But
I know in the beginning it wasn't smooth sailing.
No, but it's neither here nor there. It's those issues are long gone.
I know.
So I don't think we need to discuss that. But
but there were some challenges.
Yeah, just minimal challenges. So nothing major.
So you know what I can't stand? I can't stand going around like when I go around like a Samoan, like when we were in San Diego, right? And then we go around like we went to a Samoan church, and people speak Samoan, and then when you come around, like someone outside of the Samoan culture will come around and they just stop talking, and then they're like they can't speak, like think of things to talk about. That's kind of like that bothers me. And
well, it may bother you, but it doesn't bother me because I understand. Maybe that person doesn't know what to talk about with outside of the language. Maybe they don't feel that their English is that good. Maybe they don't feel, so you have to understand that as well.
But didn't you feel like that, like before,
no.
like in the beginning?
No.
Yeah, it bothers me.
It didn't bother me. I mean, obviously you would see that I would just sit there and listen. I'm not going to get upset because why would I inconvenience you guys? You see what I'm saying? Why would I want you guys? And still to this day, I don't do that. Like, if you guys are talking in your language, you guys are talking in your language. I don't mind. I know that when you say Clark, I know you're talking about me. So that's when I'm like, hey, what are y'all talking about? So
but we won't say anything bad. But I just feel bad that you're not like you feel out of place because we're on a full blown conversation, right? And then once when you come around, not just you, it's any other. It could be any other ethnicity that come around, and then it just goes like silent. Like there's no like hey, and then we were just talking about blah blah, but then it just goes like cut, and then. I'm like, okay, this is all. So I come over and I'm like, oh, we were just talking about, and then it makes it feel like we were talking, like I'm trying to cover something.
No, because I don't know. Maybe I'm special. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little special in the Samoan culture because that doesn't happen to me. Like when you leave me back drinking with the guys or whatever, and they're talking Samoan, they find a way to mix me in with that, because they want to have their discussions too in Samoan. If they're going out of their way just to speak English the whole night to appease me, then what's the point? That's why I don't want to put nobody out of their way. So it's up to me to listen and try to catch on to little things and then jump in where I can. But then they also make it comfortable for me. So that's why I think I've never really had any issues.
Oh.
Yeah.
I always thought it's just assumption that I think that I thought that you'll feel awkward. Like we'll do that full blown conversation and you come in.
No, you already know me. At a certain point, it's nap time for me. If I could get a good nap in, what? I've had the best naps just listening to some more conversations. I can tell you that right now.
I know.
I've had some good naps.
My brothers be like they'll be sitting in a circle. They be sitting like when we go to Samoan, they be sitting in a circle, drinking, laughing, music going, having a good old time, and then his head slowly goes down and he's out.
Right.
So when we were first like went to Samoa and we just got married, people were like, oh, tell your husband, go sleep inside the house. And then my brothers will feel bad too. Like, you need me to help him inside the house? I said, no, just leave him alone. He'll take a nap. He'll wake up and he'll continue drinking. So they all sit there like feel bad for him. And then now, like fast forward,
They know.
you know, now I wish my brothers were on here. They can like confirm the story. Now fast forward 19 years later, when they go outside and they're drinking in a circle, he would just knock out. My brothers would continue drinking. Music still play. Even my cousins back home in Samoan, unless they never met him, then they'll say, "Hey, he needs to go inside," and they're like, he's taking a nap, and then he's gonna get up and he's back at it.
Round two.
So yeah. So that was something that, but I would stay up. So I'll wake up sometime. If you're not in the bed, I'll come and look for you, and I'll tell you, you want to come to bed? Mm-hmm. You're like, no, I'm fine. And even my brothers will tell me, leave him alone. Why don't you go to bed? Leave him alone.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is like, so like they find it funny. Yeah. Just like the karaoke hut. Like we were just done, but they carried you through and we made it all the way to Virginia.
Right. I think it's just that, you know, that whole mutual respect thing between the cultures. It's not necessarily because I'm black and you're Samoan. It's having that mutual respect for one another. I think that's what's needed more across the entire world today. Just having a mutual respect, no matter what race you are,
right,
is what makes the difference. Because people are going to date who they want to date. Mm-hmm. People are going to marry who they want to marry. Mm-hmm. People are going to hang out with whoever they want to hang out with. And you would think that in 2021 that we would be past all the racism and things of that nature, or different cultures, or I don't like how your culture does this, or I don't like how your culture does that. You know, we should be past all of that, you know. So I think it's respecting each culture and understanding, because no two cultures are the same.
Right.
Every culture is different. So
I agree with you.
Yeah. So.
Hi, Seka. Hi, Mike. Michael Douglas in the house.
What's going on? Welcome. How's it going, guys?
So yeah, I do respect what you say about the culture and respecting one another. And the biggest thing is just being educational, educated about the different cultures and what you're marrying into, right? You can't just go into someone's culture and change things and think that, hey, because it works for you, everything else should change.
Right.
You should just either go with the flow or just zip it. Don't say anything at all. Mm-hmm. Especially if you have nothing nice to say. You know, like I always, with our kids growing up, you know, they'll get older and they'll meet somebody. To us, it doesn't matter what color skin you are, black, white, purple, yellow, whatever. As long as you're happy and you respect one another, you respect us, that's all that matters. That's all that matters to us. Now, things, you know, change, especially with our girls. You know, if you get into a abusive relationship and you're not allowed to come see us, now we're going to have a problem. So then you get the parents involved. But the biggest thing is just make sure your kids are happy, and make sure if they marry outside the race, that you're educated enough, or if not, ask questions. Like, why do you guys do that kind of stuff? Why don't you guys, like, I hear a lot of people say, you know, you guys give up all this money for funerals. Why don't you guys just have life insurance? And then that way your families don't come and bring money, or you have to contribute money to make that happen. It's like, well, they have life insurance. What they do with their life insurance is none of your business.
Right.
The family is getting together and contribute, and it's passed down generation. They're going to do it here and do it here. My mom is like a strong, she takes care of everybody. So every time there's a funeral, whether it's a distant cousin or uncle or cousin, doesn't matter who it is, she's like at the front of lobby. And, you know, and when we go places, she's always talking to people. She's very personable. I think that's where I get it from. My mom and my dad. My dad's like that too. So,
well, you know, I feel that. I mean, no culture should change because somebody else says, "Oh, why do y'all do this?" I think that's crazy, you know, or That doesn't make any sense. No, your culture shouldn't change because once you start getting away from your culture, now you're losing all the tradition.
Mm-hmm.
What surrounds your culture. I think that's just crazy. So, you should keep on to your culture, keep holding on to your culture and the traditions, and I think that's what's interesting. That's what I find the most interesting in you guys' culture, that you guys still have the dances, the traditional dances, the traditional attire, the tattoos, you keep that culture going. So just think if you didn't, think if you just let that all go.
Right.
Now you don't even have a culture, that you don't have
Exist.
exactly, or exist. Yeah. So I think it's good that you guys keep going with what you have going because that is your culture.
Yeah. And I think in the past, like how I took it, maybe I heard it wrong. It's always like in your mind, a Samoan marry another Samoan, and to kind of keep the tradition going, because if you marry outside the race, and then they want, they change you and they want to change up things, and they're not happy with that. Versus if you marry your own kind, we don't have to worry about educating nobody on how things go. You should common sense as a Samoan person. You know the Samoan way, and you know what needs to be done. You don't have to tell you. But nowadays, like you gotta make sure you educate. Like him, I educated him when my parents became ministers. They did missionary work in Lawton Forest, Oklahoma, for the Samoan church there when they were married. There was a lot of church stuff that we were involved in, and he was very open-minded, and a lot of the members in the church, when we're doing stuff, they took the time to like talk to you and explain to you like what we're doing,
Right,
and
right.
and educate you on it. So I didn't just educate you by myself.
No. Majority of the knowledge came from you and the family and other Samoans outside the family. So I learned a lot from a lot of everybody,
Mm-hmm.
actually. I mean, just to give an example, I mean, I've got tons of examples. When we were in San Diego, and everybody came down from LA or Carson,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a party in the backyard, and we
Mm-hmm.
cut that tree down with a machete.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this big old tree. We needed firewood. I mean, we couldn't just go to the store and get firewood, right? I mean, yeah, we could have, but there's a bunch of Samoans sitting around. Why not chop a tree down?
Yep.
There's a machete in the garage. So we took the machete out and they showed me how to chop the tree with just a machete. So it's things like that which makes the culture that much more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. And I was when I was watching the Survivor Samoa, or any Survivor, I'm like, put a Samoan in there. Well, by the time the show is over, we'll have a whole house. We're eating good. We won't be struggling. Like we're survivors. Like I love my people. You can put them in any situation. We'll come out alive.
Right, which is I think is good. I mean, that's what we've. I mean, you have to understand that what you guys have right now as a survival tactic is good, and you know why?
Why?
Because all cultures used to be that way. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There wasn't internet back in the day. There wasn't. I mean, there wasn't. Everybody had the potbelly stove. Everybody had the cold kitchen. Everybody you had to put in work.
Yeah.
Back then. I remember my great grandmother, had the coal stove and things of that nature. They go out and wring the neck of the chicken, and it was manual labor. So I think we've gotten away. A lot of cultures have gotten away from the traditional aspects of what it used to be. So that's what you guys have is good, and it shows that you can be self sufficient in a situation, which kind of like took place in Texas, where the power went out, the water went out, and I prayed for everybody during that time, but you have to know what you can do during those times, to to stay afloat, so I think it's a lost art to the traditions that we used to have, because everybody's dependent upon the internet now.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have internet, so now I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have lights, so now I don't know what to do.
Right.
Oh, I don't have, and that's what I love about you guys' island. I mean, the food is right there.
Yeah, it's
you don't have to go to the grocery store.
You want lemon? It's right in the backyard. You want lime, bananas,
ginger root,
taro, ginger. Yeah, it's right there. So if you're back home and you're like homeless, like there's something wrong with that picture, because you can just go eat good,
coconut,
or you can go into anybody's home and they'll feed you, because we're just that great of a people.
Yeah. And I'm not saying no other culture is not, and I'm not saying other cultures don't do it. It's just that a lot, I mean, in the U.S., a lot of the traditional culture way of doing things amongst different cultures has diminished. So,
I love telling you, when we travel, and you see another Polynesian, it's not just Samoan, it's any Polynesian, either you're Tongan, Fijian, whatever Polynesian island you're from. When we see each other, we just, like, either you're working the gate, you work for our company and you're working the gate, or you're working the ramp, or whatever, or you're just passing by, traveling. We'll see each other and we'll just nod. Like, we just nod our head and just say, malo. And then you start speaking like you've been best friends forever.
Right.
And I always tell him, like, man, I love, like, if you notice, like, if I was another ethnicity, you just pass each other by. Like, but.
Well, it depends. Because I had this happen today when we went to Walmart and I went to the bathroom. Mm-hmm. And there's another black guy in the bathroom. He was leaving out. Mm-hmm. And you don't typically have this. Mm-hmm. He say, "Hey, how's it going, brother? Hey, what's going on?" And that surprised me, because you typically don't, mm-hmm. nobody speaks to somebody they don't know really nowadays, Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Man, it's a beautiful day outside, ain't it?" Well, yes, it is. It's an awesome day today. We're at like 45 degrees. That's good for us. Mm-hmm. But you don't typically have that amongst a lot of different cultures, within the U.S. It's mm-hmm. also another lost tradition that we don't see anymore. But when he did that surprised me, because I'm not the person that's just gonna leave you hanging. No, I'm gonna speak back. Mm-hmm. But it's I could still do it, but I'm more apt to not do it, because you don't know the response of what are you gonna get a response, Yeah. You never know. So it's worth the try, and I could have done what he did. He tried, and mm-hmm. I spoke back. So I think we need a lot more of that during the or within our cultures in the U.S. So, yeah, and you know what that's not to say that you guys don't do it. Yeah, so there's people in the States in the Samoan culture that are probably the same way too, because they've become Americanized, Yeah. So, hi Nadia, hi Jess, hi Tua, how's it going? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, yes, sis. Happy Saturday. Cheers. 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 We're just enjoying Saturday. Maybe after our talk, we'll do Sila Roca karaoke. Yeah, why not? I know people's been asking me if we're gonna have the karaoke night again. Bring it back, because we missed out. I know we did that one fun night, and then we just kind of fade into, like, I had to work that next day, so I didn't do a show, but I did it last week and now today. So welcome, sis Nadia. So yeah, right now we're just talking about our culture and our different experience, with my husband being married to me 19 years, and what's his take on our culture, and what are something different that he's never heard of or not used to, but now he learned it because he's married to an amazing Samoan culture. Oh, I thought you was calling yourself amazing. Yeah, I'm amazing too. You are. I'm amazing. Just saying. But our culture is, Samoan culture. But you really didn't know what a Samoan was until I told you what a Samoan was. No, I didn't know. So I kind of school you on a lot of stuff. Right. So
You're welcome.
But even still to this day, there's a lot of people who don't know a lot of the South Pacific Islanders, Fiji, Tonga, Samoan, you name it. Yeah, a lot of people don't even know about those cultures.
Yeah.
So
I was checking in somebody this past week, and they were like, "Where are you from? You're not from Wisconsin." I said, "I'm from the beautiful islands of American Samoa." And he goes, "Where's that at?" I said, "In the South Pacific." He goes, "Have you seen 90 Day Fiance?" I said, "Yes." He goes, "You're Asuelu's cousin." I said, "No, like just because we're from Samoa doesn't mean we're all cousins." No, but it's in
today.
I said, but in the same sentence, yes, Asuelu's from the independent island of Samoa, and
he's my cousin.
No, he's not my cousin. And then I'm from American Samoa. I'm on the American side. Tutuila, Pongo, that side. But I would love to go to Samoa Islands and visit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it took that. It just took Asuelu for him. Like, oh, I said, no, he's not my cousin, but same ethnicity. He goes, "You guys are so awesome." I was like, "Oh well, thank you." He goes, "You guys do dances," and yeah, now we do dances. So, but if you are in Hawaii, check out Polynesian Culture Center. So if you go to Polynesian Culture Center, how many times have you been to Polynesian Culture Center?
Man, I can't even count. 5, 6, 7 times, I think, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5, 6, 7 times.
But if you're ever in Hawaii, you should check out Polynesian Culture Center. It's a lot of educational stuff there to read about us, read about our Polynesian people.
Right.
And you can visit all our islands in that one visit, right? You can go to Tahiti. They'll do their stuff and entertainment. You can go to Fiji, move over here, go to Hawaii, all in one area. So you don't have to like fly anywhere. You can just go into different areas and check it out. So if you're planning a trip, check those places out. We're planning to go to Hawaii April for my cousin's wedding. Trying to get this COVID thing together. So Nadia, I'll holler at you. We're going to be in Hawaii for 4 days. Right? Is it 4 days? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday got to be back. It got to be back for work. So, but we got to get the COVID thing. What is it? Like you got to get the test, upload into this QR code, and it has to be negative within 72 hours from the time you land. So educate yourself, not only on our culture, or whoever you marry outside your race, but educate yourself before you go anywhere. Don't come to the airport and expect us to educate you. There's a lot of information online that you can go on there and find out what you're required to do before you fly. So even though I work for an airline, I still educate myself because I don't want to be that one that gets to the airport and doesn't know anything and give anybody a hard time. So we're trying to get it together, get our testing going and so forth. But anyway, this was a great topic to talk about. I really enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, you guys got questions?
Anybody have any take on the topic or have any questions? Or if you want to share some experience of you being married outside the race, please share. We'll be happy to try and answer it for you, or I will read it out loud so that way everybody else can learn from it and so forth. But I love the two families. His family is amazing. I love, like right now we're hosting a Coming to America watch party. Yep. Yeah. That's happening upstairs right now. So after this show, if we don't have our karaoke going on until later, we're going to go upstairs, join the family on this watch party on Coming to America. So I decided to dress up in my own traditional wear. I'm not from Africa, I'm from Samoa. So I'm wearing my off the rock outfit that my husband bought me for Valentine's. So if you're in American Samoa, check out Lewila and Joe. This is their work exclusive. I'm rocking their outfit. I'll take some pictures and send it to them. They even sent me a face mask that goes with the outfit. Love it. And then my earrings, They're from Amara Creation. That's my brother-in-law Jack's sister. So I support a lot of the businesses.
Mm-hmm.
I support a lot of the Samoan businesses. On either you're selling something on Facebook, I'm on it. I'll buy something. I'll buy one or two, depending on price. And then after that, and then on my show, Let's Talk with Miss Teez, I'm doing it for free. I'm going to advertise your stuff because I love it and I want to support. I'm all about empowerment, not discouragement. And you know that saying, I did it at work. So empowerment, not discouragement. I did that to my staff and they love it. So now on the board, on their briefing board, they have empowerment, not discouragement. So I tell them empower one another, not discourage anybody to not do their job to their full potential. So I encourage everybody to please, please, please empower one another. And if you're married outside the race, please, your race, whatever that may be, it can be Latina, it could be Samoan, Hawaiian, you need to learn to educate your significant other if they're not of the same race. Tell them about your traditions. Tell them about your culture. That's what I did with him. And the beautiful thing about my people, even though we've been married 19 years, I wasn't the only one educating him. There was other people like my brothers and my sister-in-law. She educates, she shares the knowledge with him and say, we do it this way. And then we have some strong debates talk about things, which is great because then you get to hear everybody's take on things and we just empower one another to learn. So I would like to leave you guys with that, is to please, 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 doesn't matter who your kids marry, or it doesn't matter who your siblings marry or whatever, just make sure that person is the right person for either for your kids or for your siblings, and make sure that their heart is in the right place, that they're happy, right, and they're in love. Because if they're not, they're being abusive, whatever, then that's a different story. But don't just push somebody to the side and not accept them because they're not of your same ethnicity. That's not what we're about. We're about respecting one another. We're about educating. I'm going to keep talking about educating because that's what it comes down to, is educating one another about culture, and then respect. You got to what you're hearing and listening to and married into, you have to respect their culture. You have to respect one another in order for the marriage to work, in order for everything to work. That's why he has a great relationship with my family, because he respects it. Like, he respects my uncles and my cousin. Some of the stuff we may not agree with what their take is on how things should go, but hey, to its own.
To its own?
What?
To each its own.
To each its own. To each its own.
Right.
And then after that, let bygones be bygones, and you just move on.
Right.
Right?
You got one chance at this life, might as well live it.
Right.
I need to write that down.
Write it down. You just come up with these great ideas when we're on this show, and you just don't write them down.
I write them down.
Okay. You need to write them down.
Yep.
And I love seeing that I'm not the only show, Let's Talk with Miss Teez. I see that my cousin Roger and Fiona are doing empowerment for Polynesians and beyond. Check them out. They have a wonderful, wonderful show. I listen to it. I don't catch the show on time because of the time difference with in Hawaii and here. But when I have the time, I turn it on. I listen to it. I like their topics. They have wonderful topics and different people talk about it. So big up to Fiona and Roger for doing big things. We are huge supporters. I love seeing that, them making a difference in the community and to the Polynesian world. Today is Billy Talmu's birthday. Yay!
Happy birthday,
Happy
Billy.
Birthday! And my aunt, Makweka Simanu.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Auntie. So, and whoever out there, if it's your birthday, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
God bless. May you have many, 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 many more years, healthy years.
And let us know what you guys
in the
want to hear
future.
out there.
Yeah, so shoot
Feedback
on Let's Talk with Miss T's page. Put down your comments. Shoot me an email on there, message, whatever, and tell me what topic you want to hear us talk about and what you like or dislike about the show. Be nice. You know, I can take constructive criticism, but I can't take ignorance. I just can't, or disrespect. So I'm just gonna put it out there. But anyway, empower one another. Don't discourage anybody. And until next time, peace. We out. Yay! It's time for Coming to America.
It's time for karaoke. Coming to America is almost done.